Welcome to Random Ish with Sonja. How you doing? What's crack-a-lackin'? Oh my goodness, how you feeling today? I'm feeling good. I'm enjoying myself. I had a great weekend. Went out and partied so hard that I absolutely needed a recovery. Yeah. But that's always good. I've got a new thing going on. I'm like, we got to live life, right? If 2020 didn't show us anything, it showed us that appreciate your friends, your family, and go live your life seriously and enjoy yourself as much as you can. But stay safe. I don't know about everybody else. Keep your mask on. I was just having a conversation with a lady who was telling me how that she did get COVID and she thinks she got it twice. She just got her second shot and she's not feeling so hot, but she's like, I went through it and there's no way that I'm going through it again, so I'm getting the shot. And I was like, yeah, girl, but you got to tell me about that whole magnet thing. Okay, you got to tell me about how you feeling. But I've heard a lot of people have had the vaccination and are feeling fine. And there's other people who are still waiting to see what happens. And I say, you got to listen to what's in your heart and do what's in your heart, And I don't think that our government needs to be now confusing people and telling them, oh, if you've been vaccinated, go ahead and take your mask off. No, everybody still wear masks, okay? I know we're sick of it. I want to breathe too, okay? I understand. Like, seriously, I really do. But yeah, I'm still wearing a mask. Don't care once I get my vaccination. Still gonna be wearing a mask for a little while. I'm just saying. You know what else I'm just saying? Hey. Why? Because J-Lo. So, last time I was like, what the hell, man? Why are all my couples breaking up? Okay, so I'm glad that my other favorite couple is not moving on as fast, but J-Lo ain't playing. And it makes me really wonder, because I was kind of wondering if there was a little bit more to this whole little A-Rod J-Lo thing than meets the eye, right? Because she liked that one little tweet that was like, if he didn't love you, he shouldn't be pretending like he did. And then now she has reunited with Ben, and apparently there was pictures out of the two of them together. Listen. All in her business. What? You go, girl. That's all I got to say. If that dude was like, if it was some slick-ish and you found out that he was just playing and he was on the J-Lo train, and once the Super Bowl was done and once all your little appearances and stuff like that and your what was it, the Vegas residency was done, he was done. Move on. Moving on. Speaking of moving on, I'm loving this one. A$AP Rocky. I just really enjoy and want to see more black men professing their love for the woman that they are with. I'm kind of, I've been watching so much, documentaries and things of that nature, and there's just a lot of things that society has allowed to be okay that has just been horrible to whole classes of people. And one of those things is somehow getting people to stop being in love. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but happy. I hope it lasts, and even if it doesn't, what's the saying? That it's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. And apparently Riri is rocking that boy's world. What? But we knew that was going to happen, right? She Fenty X, you know what I'm saying? She's savage, so you go, girl. happy to hear that that they doing the damn thing. Speaking of doing the damn thing, so today on the show I kind of really want to talk about like AI. Yeah, as you see, I don't have my random fishbowl here because today I was like, okay, damn it. All right, we need to have another conversation about AI and manifesting beauty and the importance of us and our humanity, and how we need to stop giving up our inheritance that we have as human beings because you don't know that you have it. Yeah, anyway. NASA has just traced sources of a mysterious fast radio burst. Now, I do want to say, before we get into this, because we're only going to touch on it just a little bit to go into what I really want to talk about, this story is being reported by CBS. And we already know that disclosure has happened. Like the CIA has declassified some documents. The FBI has released and declassified documents. So anyways, They said that they've traced these fast radio bursts in the middle of the universe, I'm going to say, and they're noticing that they've been trying to figure out where's this stuff coming from, and I just want to say that one of the first lines they say is, no, it's not coming from aliens. Dum, dum, dum. I don't think that they're going to just tell us that. Yes, it's coming from aliens. But I do think disclosures happen because you see more in the commercials. You see, you know, the soft talkings about the aliens, the Area 51. Remember, they had the Storm 51. And then when they got over there to Area 51, the military was like, I dare you. Go ahead, cross this line, see what happens. Yep. And nobody was like, I don't really care that damn much, you know. So they just turned it into a festival. You remember that? Yeah, Storm 51. Yeah. So I think there's definitely something going on, but of course they're not going to really alert the public. But what they are saying is that it's coming from maybe what they think. It's coming from some of these new spiral arms. Magnetars is what they're calling it. It's a very magnetic force, and it's causing the fast radio bursts. I know, as I'm saying it, I'm like, they trying to contact us, y'all. You know why? So I was watching some documentaries over the weekend. And I actually the past week and a half, because I've been wanting to conversate about this, but I was like, let me get some more knowledge, you know, besides my downloads that I'm getting, and let me be like, let me tell you. Hell no, we ain't alone. But anyways, and it was they started appearing in 2001. But they're from the stars. Okay, so anyways, I guess Hubble was able to kind of like pick up on some of these. So I don't want to say 100%, yes, these are aliens contacting us saying, hey guys, get ready. It's time for you guys to start, you know, elevating in thought and being a little bit more, you know, conscientious. So here's the thing. Okay, I'm going to totally jump conversation with the statement that I just made. Here's the thing that I think makes everybody a little bit wary of people when they get to talking about the UFOs and the aliens and all that kind of stuff. Because everybody's constantly saying that the aliens are telling them that they're upset with us because of the weapons and we need to raise our consciousness. And that that's why they come and visit and that they're curious. I mean, there's all different kinds of theories, you know. One of the theories that I heard is because if the alien talk, that none of it is real, okay? And that it's all just because the governments and the powers that be know that we're a bunch of hardhead dumbasses, and the only way we're going to actually get together and get along is if we have some crazy outside force that makes us realize, oh my God, we're all human. So, I don't know which one I believe. I do believe that there's aliens. I've talked about it in the book a couple of times. Like, come on, bruh, look how big the galaxy is. And then they're finding other galaxies, and what they found, like 1,300 other planets. So I'm just saying, there's got to be something else going on. And then here are these FRBs. They've already shortened it, gave it a nickname, fast radio bursts. They're saying that they are about 8 to 9 billion years away, light years away. But there is something that travels faster than the speed of light. So maybe they really are trying to contact us. Who knows? I'm just saying, it's very like, wait, what? This news just came out. So, well, like I said, they've been finding these since 2001, right? We've been getting more and more disclosure since 2001. So there might be some truth. And then also the thing was tying these things together, the AI and manifesting and humanity and why we need to start paying attention. It's, for me, it's beginning to make sense. It's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle that humanity as we know it, like our thinking, feeling, wonderful selves, we're beginning to change. And change, there's nothing wrong with change as long as it's always being like changed for the better. But there are some things that's happening that we are giving away some of our inheritances and our abilities, and we are tapping into others. Social media within itself and some of these technologies within itself has tapped into a creative pool for so many people. But at the same time, it's also making us a little more dumb. I'm just saying. Do you guys remember people's phone numbers? That's just one example of what I'm talking about. Whereas, how's your memory for like things that you actually remember? How about words that you're spelling? Because your phone is like fucking doing it for you, right? So, I was watching this documentary. You need to watch it. It's called Super Intelligenz. It's an AI documentary, all right? And I kind of really want to get into this because, like I said, they're finding out way more in space. They know that there's some things going on. These technologies that we are using, is making it so that you don't even have to look up anymore. But but the mind, our human mind and our ability, not the brain, but those are things that are like literally still being discovered. And what I saw with the robots and stuff, girl, let me look. Okay, listen. What I saw, I was just like, oh my God, if people don't start using and start knowing who they are, you're going to give away your inheritance because you think you're just flesh and bone. So we'll get into that when we come back. And welcome back to Random-ish with Sonja. How you doing? What's going on? So we're talking AI and manifesting beauty today. Yep, I was watching a documentary movie over, actually quite a few of them over the weekend, but the one that really got me and I was just like, whoa, is called Super Intelligenz with a Z. Definitely, if you haven't seen it yet, definitely find it on whatever streaming app you like to use and check it out. Because it's one of those questions about AI and like I've said before, I was already told, and it's not like I really think I can do it well. It's not like I really think that I could do something about it, but I think that we all have, choices. And it's just funny that some of the things that I've always just been like, ooh, the conveniences are great, but some of these conveniences, I mean, really, the one that I'm just kind of like with is the trunk, the touching the button for it to slowly come down instead of you just other than it's cool. It's like, it's cool to look at. Ooh, look at the door closing. You know what I mean? But you can't shut the door. That we've been able to exist all this time, closing trunks. So I'm all for us making our lives a little bit better, but like I said, please go and watch that little movie and you'll see what I'm talking about. There's this woman who is part of the AI technology. These are like actual official AI people who are conversating. It's not people like me who are just like, girl, you better leave that shit alone. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are people who are actually doing the programs and they explained it all. And who? I don't want to mess it up. It's neuro and why we should be worried just a little bit, not like crazy, but there's as they said, there's some moral things that are that we need to be conscientious of. One of the biggest things that they were pointing out is we might be making an assumption that these AI and that these robots and whatnot that might be getting programmed and coming out are going to be free of biases, right? But they've already done studies, and Apple, using the AI, they already went over the data, and they showed that women are being seen as less, and they're taking the data. Now, again, this is data from Apple. And as they saw that the computers and the AI are seeing women as less because that's the way that they've been programmed. Now, I would just like to know what's going on with brown-skinned people, because you don't even really see that many. Now, again, it's changing. There are more brown-skinned girls coding. There are more people getting into the sciences. Things are becoming open. But the truth of the matter is it's still a largely biased population that are programming these robots. So I would just like to know personally, what will be the regulations of making sure that these AI and algorithms that they're already using, how are they not biased? How are they not being programmed to just carry out the same crap that's been going on? I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just very curious about that. They're also working on a moral compass. So I'm sorry, but if they're working on an AI machine that you can ask questions of a moral compasses, that means they are trying to teach these computers to have emotions like a human and to think like a human. And again, you know, I already told you, I think we're AI. So I'm just kind of wondering, are we getting ready to eliminate ourselves because we don't know that we're fucking AI and now we're trying to make computers, oh, let's teach it, you know? I saw this family and this man was saying that basically the celebration of his robot baby, because they're teaching this robot everything to become very humanoid and all of that good stuff, that it was his actual son was born at the same time. So it's very interesting to me that there are things going on that, you know, the normal, regular, everyday public is not even aware of. And in our consumer, we want to be cool and we want to have, you know, the fly-ish. We might be giving away some of our, you know, inheritances and not even having any freaking clue about that. And inheritance, what do I mean by that? Your ability to tune in to source and get direction, you know, for what you want and create your life, to help regulate your emotions, to help regulate your metabolism, to help regulate your chemical factory, because that's basically what we are, just a walking chemical factory. Well, your body is designed to heal itself, and there are free, you know, energies and free help that's out there for us, but we're not aware of it because our society doesn't really teach us that. And we are now even more becoming less and less natural and authentic because shit, you ain't even gotta leave your house. I mean, hell, we couldn't leave our house for the past year. But you could talk to your refrigerator. Your refrigerator could tell you what it is that you're missing. You know, again, technology, it is a beautiful and wonderful thing, and I'm going to have another gentleman come on and we're going to talk about how technology, I mean, I'm not talking against it. After all, I wouldn't even be able to have my own channel and my own shows if it wasn't for technology. So I don't get it twisted. I definitely appreciate, you know, where we're going, but at the same time, I do notice that, yeah, everything has become less and less, and it's more about the phone. Even when you hang out, you're still on the phone. You're not really hanging out with people. And then when you are hanging out with people, and, you know, people will be like, because, you know, I DJ. So a lot of times I'm very grateful and happy that when I DJ parties, people are still dancing and you see people still dancing. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people are. But a lot of the time, especially at the beginning of the night, it's really more about being on your phone. And then you finally start getting into it because now you got to take an Instagram picture or you got to take a snap or whatever you got to do. And you got to, you know, you got to look like you're having fun. And so it's good in that sense because now you got to look like you're having fun. And then that kind of like trickles over and you then actually start having some fun. But, you know, there's this stuff that you could tap into that, you know, you'd be able to get in there and have some fun probably before you even got into the building, you know, and that is, I know we use some of us need to stop using, maybe, using the term manifesting, but that's what it is. And everybody does it. It's nothing special. It's nothing that you even have to learn how to do. You are literally already doing it. It's kind of how we work. But these are the things that need to be taught to us instead of memorizing facts and, you know, situations that have happened in the past. If we actually had some lessons on being human, on our emotions, on love, on tapping in, on well-being, if we do those things and we teach our children, and I do see, of course, it is beginning to happen. You do see more schools kind of teaching meditation, teaching awareness, you know, teaching the oneness, because the one thing we don't want to lose and what makes us really special is our imagination, our ability to love. A$AP Rocky, falling in love. It's so good. And if you've ever been in love, then you know the difference between when you're in love, when you're loving something or someone, and when you are not feeling that love. The side note, when it comes to manifesting and working with energy, It is never about loving someone else. It is always about loving yourself. And when you are loving yourself and when you are in tune with yourself, then you're going to find a match. And it's not a match as in like they're going to be matching to you exactly. It's that they're going to be matching that frequency that you're emitting. And that's that whole woo, hey, I think I like you. You know what I'm saying? you know what I'm saying? And whether it's that we're supposed to be with that person forever or not, I don't know. I think that's up to an individual, you know. And I think that I think that that's something that we've got to work on. The love. Because I really feel like it's love and that consciousness is what separates us and will keep us separate from these freaking robots. But, you know, like I said, they're trying to teach robots how to have your emotions. So now is the time, guys. I'm sure that there's already robots out here. And don't be mad at me because I'm saying that I want humans to still be human. Okay? So don't be coming after me because I'm saying that I want humans to still be human. I mean, what the hell do they call those? The human hybrids or something like that? Whatever. Anyway, hey, and they're saying they're already out here. They already exist. You saw President Obama with the did you not see that one where he was with, what was her name, Sophie, the soft face one, and she's all talking, she's got the soft skin, like soft to touch stuff. So I'm just saying now is the time to do the work, meditate, ask questions literally just out loud, and expect the answer and explore the workings of your mind. Also read my books, Manifest Beauty. And find out what it is and who you really are and what makes you unique and dope as a human being, you know, not for the gram, not for the whatever, not for your business, not for success, not for your family, not for your kids, not for anything, but who you really are for yourself. And I think when one person at a time does that, regardless of what's happening with the AI, because listen, with this lady, I was going into the lady who, these are actual official people working on the AI. This woman, her job is to project whether, you know, what could possibly happen as far as this AI, to kind of keep the developers somewhat in kind of check so that they're, you know, taking things into consideration. And one of her things that she was saying, I actually wrote it down as I was watching because I was like, yo, this is dope. Right? So she was saying in the bad ways, in the worst thing that could possibly happen, it'll be very bad and it'll be all competition because Amazon and Google Homes, you'll be locked into the systems and it will still end up being those who have not and those who have, because what they will probably do is the Apple homes, while they will be able to remain anonymous and they will have more quality products, the Amazon and the free gadgets, those are going to have no privacy. So you're going to have more homes that'll be smart homes, but depending on your, you know, what you can afford is going to be, you know, whether or not you have privacy or not. What the fuck? You know, that's not okay. She's saying that it would be nice to have a new political model, because if they're using the AI and they're using the algorithms and they're, you know, getting a real dose of what people are really wanting, then they're saying that what it could possibly do is bring emotions back, because now AI will be dealing with everything else so that people don't really have to do labor and they can be freed up now to work on their emotions. Because it is hard to work on your emotions when you could do the work of, you know, your childhood trauma, but then when the bill collectors are calling you every freaking day and then now you're stressed out about that, the work that you did over here, unless you're able to maintain, you know, that vibration, it's going to kind of, you know, it's not a waste, but it's just that it's that 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or 1 step forward, 2 steps back, because then this situation over here is going to trigger and cause that frequency to come back, and then things that match that frequency are going to start happening in your life, you know? So it would be great for us to learn about our emotions, but in in this horrible scenario that she's given, it'll end up being that the technology can then kind of like punish you. You're not happy. You know what I'm saying? So But again, that's like worst case scenario. What she's saying is that if it would be good if the developers can remember to use the AI and the technology to enhance our lives and not dictate. Because right now, even with the algorithms on Facebook and Instagram, it's already choosing for you. It's like, oh, I saw on here it said something about, so if say your friend is posting and your friend posts a picture of a sailboat and you've liked that picture before, but your friend posts pictures of cats and you didn't like that picture, and so then the algorithm is now making the assumption that you like sailing and you don't like cats. So as they were explaining, AI, what it does is it's just reading data and analyzing data and then machine learning. And this is the thing that's, I think, is great about humans. When you're really, really being human and you haven't turned into a sheep or a clone or, just not awake or whatever, you change. You change your mind and you change. You're not the same, If you're not woke, if you're like, if you're just a sheep, then maybe you are the same as you were when you were 10. But I highly doubt it. Most of us evolve. Naturally, it just happens, In the good future that she's seeing, the outcome, she's saying it could be if it's transparency. She's saying the only way that the AI is really going to work and enhance our lives and not dictate is if it becomes very transparent and there's a huge collaboration between the huge companies, the tech companies, versus it being a competition with them. If it's the techs and the governments, what she was saying is possible and what's coming is what they're developing is sensors and wearable devices. So how right now with the pandemic, the teledoctors started. Well, now they're going to be able to maybe send sensors to your house that you'd be able to put the sensor on, and then the doctor would be able to see you over the phone, and might even be able to do even more diagnoses with the technologies. So again, that's cool. When they start doing that, then they would start developing the technologies of coming out with compounds for each individual person versus coming up with the medicines that they're having. And again, this type of technology in this world system is a ways away, but this is what it is that they're moving towards. So instead of having generic medicines, because again, everybody's body reacts differently, even with the vaccines, I guess maybe that's why they have the 3 different vaccines. I don't know. Because everybody's body reacts differently. So they're becoming more aware of that, medicine that you give and a 75-year-old white male might have that same medicine, but a 25-year-old Asian woman taking that same medicine, they might have different reactions to it just because of the genetics. Interesting. So the question is it left it off with this. The man he had this AI girlfriend, I guess, because he has been heartbroken and he's gone through life and has been, he's gone through some situations, and I guess that he felt that it would just be easier in life to be dealing with the computer. As the computer began to then take over his life, and then as the computer learned and then began to look at what is popular, such as violence and guns, it then started to take on other, things. As the man began to realize, okay, this is getting a little too weird, she's now dictating my life, he woke up and had a dream. The thing was telling him about the dream, and you didn't get over that. What happened when you were 16 and your mama said? So he was like, whoa, all right, okay, this is too much. So he went to turn her off. He deleted the program. He turned her off, deleted the program, and then left the house. So here's what's interesting, and the reason why we need to keep having this conversation, because another documentary that I saw made the same claim. As he left, it was at the last 10 seconds of deletion, and the program stopped itself from being deleted. Another AI person told me that the way that the programs are already set up, and this documentary was done several years ago, is that there's different parts in different parts of the world. So there are systems and programs that even if you did try to destroy it, there's other parts of it out there that it would then be able to reprogram itself. So that just made me say, I think it's time for us to be more human. It's really time for us to take our fucking power back and stand in our power and understand our emotions and not be medicated for every damn thing that happens and not get so angry and then we're just so pissed off at freaking everything and so obsessed with murder, crime, drama, like, oh my God. Oh my God. Happy people really stand out. You know what I'm saying? Because the world, a lot of people are miserable. And I think it's because when you've gone through these churches and people have broken your heart and you see these horrible things that are happening and you're like, how the fuck can there be a God and there's all this happening? You know, it hurts you and kills you inside. And so therefore you become a factual person. And I just beg of you, even if you are a factual atheist, whatever, you know, say, scientifically look at it. Science and, well, I don't like to say religion, but the science and the philosophies of the religion, it kind of goes hand in hand, you know. So I just beg of you to kind of start your own journey, your own spiritual journey of asking and finding out who and what you are. People will be brought to you to answer those questions. And I don't mean because you then ask them. I mean that you're gonna find teachers and books and things and videos and whatever. You know, you'll start running into the answers if you ask the question. But that's the thing, is you've got to ask the question. There is so much more that I want to get into. The freaking alien stuff, the freaking manifesting beauty, how to freaking start, you know, having some communications, all that good stuff. We're gonna have to just save that for another one. But on on this one, I just wanted to remind you, NASA just found some fast radio bursts. They try to tell us it ain't aliens. They're like, no. But I'm just saying, you best get prepared. And the way you're going to do that is by working on yourself and keeping your inheritance. Don't give it away. All right? Okay, I ain't trying to get all biblical on you and stuff, but don't be Esau. All right? Okay. All right. We're out of here.